Hello! I just want to say thank you to those of you who wished me well for my birthday. I appreciate that a lot. Anyway, moving on. I'm just going to read a little bit of something from The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, and then I'm going to go. Okay. Um, for this, I bless you most. You give much and know not that you give at all. Verily, the kindness that gazes upon itself in a mirror turns to stone, and a good deed that calls itself by tender names becomes apparent to a curse. And some of you have called me aloof and drunk with my own aloneness, and you have said, He holds counsel with the trees of the forest, but not with men. He sits alone on hilltops and looks down upon our city. True it is that I have climbed the hills and walked in remote places. How could I have seen you save from a great height or a great distance? How can one be indeed near unless he has been far? And others among you call unto me not in words, and they said, Stranger, stranger, lover of unreachable heights, why dwell you among the summits where eagles build their nests? Why seek you the unattainable? What storms would you trap in your net? And what vaporous birds do you hunt in the sky? Come and be one of us. Descend and appease your hunger with our bread and quench your thirst with our wine. In the solitude of their souls, they say these things. But were their solitude deeper, they would have known that I sought but the secret of your joy and your pain, and I hunted only your larger selves that walk the sky. But the hunter was also hunted. For many of my arrows left my bow only to seek my own breast, and the flyer was also the creeper. For when my wings were spread in the sun, their shadow upon the earth was a turtle. And I, the believer, was also a doubter. For often have I put my finger in my own wound, that I might have the greater belief in you and the greater knowledge of you. And it is with this belief that this knowledge that I say, you are not enclosed with your bodies, nor confined to houses or fields. That which is you dwells above the mountain and roves in with the wind. It is not a thing that crawls into the sun for warmth or digs holes into the darkness for safety, but a thing free, a spirit that envelopes the earth and moves in the ether. If these be vague words, then seek not to clear them. Vague and nebulous is the beginning of all things, but not their end. And I fain would have you remember me as a beginning. Life and all that lives is conceived in the mist and not at the crystal. And who knows but a crystal is mist in decay? This would I have you remember in remembering me. That which seems most feeble and bewildered in you is the strongest and most determined. It is not your breath that has erected and hardened the structure of your bones. And it is not a dream which none of you remember having dreamt that builded your city and fashioned all there is in it. Could you but see the tides of that breath, you would cease to see all else? And if you could hear the whispering of the dream, you would hear no other sound. But you do not see, nor do you hear, and it is... We'll read that again. But you do not see, nor do you hear, and it is well. The veil that clouds your eyes shall be lifted by the hands that wove it, and the clay that fills your ears shall be pierced by those fingers that kneaded it. And you shall see, and you shall hear, yet you shall not deplore having known blindness, nor regret having been deaf. For in that day you shall know the hidden purposes in all things, and you shall bless darkness as you would bless light. After saying these things, he looked upon him, and he saw the pilot of his ship standing by the helm and gazing now at the full sails and now at the distance. And he said, "Patient over patient is the captain of my ship. The wind blows and restless are the sails, even the rudder begs direction. Yet, quietly my captain awaits my silence. And these my mariners who have heard the choir of the greater sea, they too have heard me patiently. Now they shall wait no longer. I am ready." The stream has reached the sea, and once more the greater mother holds her son against her breast. Fare you well, people of Orphalese, this day has ended. It is closing upon us, even as the water lily upon its own tomorrow. What was given us here we shall keep, and if it suffices not, then against must we come together and together stretch our hands unto the giver. Forget not that I shall come back to you. A little while, and my longing shall gather dust and a foam for another body. A little while, a moment of rest upon the wind, and another woman shall bear me. Farewell to you and the youth I have spent with you. It was but yesterday we met in a dream. You have sung to me in my aloneness, and I of your longings have built a tower in the sky. But now our sleep has fled and our dream is over, and it is no longer dawn. The noontide is upon us, and our half-waking has turned into a fuller day, and we must part. If in the twilight of memory we should meet once more, we shall speak again together, and you shall sing to me a deeper song. And if our hands should meet in another dream, we shall build another tower in the sky." So saying, he made a signal to the seamen, and straightway they weighed anchor and cast the ship loose from its moorings, and they moved eastward. And a cry came from the people as from a single heart, and it rose into the dusk and was carried out over the sea like a great trumpeting. Only Almitra was silent, gazing after the ship until it had vanished into the midst. And when all the people were dispersed, she still stood alone up on the sea wall, remembering in her heart, saying, "A little while, a moment of rest upon the wind, and another woman shall bear me." And that is how the book ends. What? Wait till next time. Bye.